It could be that when you hear words like can and can't, you may have a hard time distinguishing them because let's be honest, when you hear native speakers say them, you're not usually hearing them say them like can and can't. It's usually a little bit more nuanced than that, right? Like I can go or I can't go. So, how can you pronounce them in a way that sounds really natural and in a way that sounds like native speakers use around you? Well, in today's video, we're going to be talking about can versus can't to make sure that we can help you solve that problem. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, guys. Welcome to your daily American English pronunciation show. Wake up, American, Monday through Friday, right around 8 a.m. New York. We are here with you to make sure that you can get in your 5 to 10 minutes of pronunciation practice for today. And to guide you in this process, there's me. Hello, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. It's one of the 4 keys to a natural sound in American English pronunciation. Okay. And again, today we're going to be talking about can versus can't. And first things first, we want to talk about, I think, an a sound linking to a nasal. Now, this is not the way that you'll often hear these words pronounced because very often these words are reduced. But let's begin by just kind of talking about situations where you do want to stress them. And if you do want to stress them, what's going to happen is the sound's going to be a little bit more emphasized and a little bit stronger on your vowel. So what's happening is because you have this ah sound like in cat. So ah, that middle of your tongue's a little high. Front of your tongue is down, the back of your tongue is down, things like that. You're going to get this ah sound plus a nasal. So it's going to be like and. So you're going to hear that ah sound no longer really sounds like ah. It sounds more like and, ah, and, ah, and you hear that difference, right? Hello, by the way, too. A couple people stopping by, which is exciting. So we got Levi. We also have Noman stopping by. Great to see you. And then we also have Emmanuel. Okay. And Mattia, I was going to say buongiorno, but it's probably buonasera adesso. Great to see you. Thanks you all for stopping by. Okay, so notice again, we have this a sound that links with an n. It's going to do like an and type sound. It's like and. So the tongue's going to slide back a little bit. So instead of a, it's more eh, ah, eh, ah, eh. You can probably hear a little bit of that difference. Okay. The other thing that's going to happen is right before that N sound, you are going to push that air out of your nose. So the sound will be like and. Okay, it's like and. Just try to do that with me like 3 times. And. So again, it's not just ah. So more and. So we want to note that little difference there. Other thing you want to be mindful of is that when we get to the end, you want to make sure that your placement is staying down. So just because sometimes I have some students that get confused because they think low placement, but then they hear letter N and they're like, wait, but the air goes through your nose. But it doesn't matter. Even though the air is going through your nose, you still want, in general, a lower placement. Okay? So it's not it's Hear that difference between and Hear that difference? It's like, it's not an, it's an high placement and low placement. So just kind of watching out for that a little bit. And the same thing, that's going to be for can. It's like and, can, the positive, C-A-N, can. What about the negative with can't? Well, when you add the T, very often, you're not going to hear the T pronounced, so you're not going to hear can't. What do you get instead? What we're using instead is what's called a held T or a stop T, where we're not allowing the breath to escape. Okay, so what's happening also is we are shortening our vowel. So, and listen, see if you can hear a difference in vowel length. Can, that's the positive one, C-A-N, can. Let's make it negative. Can't. That's C-A-N apostrophe T. Let's say those again. Can, can't, can, positive, can't, negative, can, positive, can't, negative. Okay, so again, positive, negative, positive, negative. You could probably hear some of those differences going on, so there's something to watch out for there. Let's get honest, though. When we actually listen to people talk, we don't usually say things like, oh, I can go, or oh, I can't go. No, what typically happens is the stress falls on the verb that comes after it. So typically the stress falls on, for instance, the go. Like, I can go or I can't go. Okay, but again, that also probably didn't sound very natural too, right? Because it's missing some of the speed and the fluency. Okay, so the last thing we want to pay attention to is how do these words sound when they are reduced, when we're saying them at a more conversational, more normal speech rate. Okay, so that first one, the positive one, can, I can go, I can go. Do you see what happens with can? When it's reduced, it becomes can, I can, I can, I can go, I can go. What happens with the negative? I can't go, I can't go, I can't, I can't, I can't, I can't go. Can you hear that difference between those? Hey, there, we're being flooded with Italians. Ciao Danny, come stai? Grazie raga. Lo apprezzo. È da tanto che non ci siamo sentiti, eh. So, I can go, I can't go, I can go, I can't go. Do you hear the differences? Let's do the positive one like 3 times. So like I can, can. I can go, I can go, I can go. Let's hear the negative one a couple of times. I can't go, I can't go, I can't go. Do you hear the difference? Can. That's your positive. Can't. That's your negative. So this is another little thing that you can try to do when you're trying to pronounce these. So can reduced oftentimes sounds like can, where you hear that K sound and you hear that N sound. Can. Like I can go, I can sleep, I can leave, I can do it. Ce la faccio. I can do it. Then he says they've been on the grind, focusing on the business. Do it, man. I'm doing well. I'm glad that you could stop by. Always good to see you. Emmanuel, if Emmanuel's able to type, he'll be really excited to see you as well. Muhammad makes a note. Sounds a little bit like can. Be careful with the difference between like can and cane. You know, that A sound will be, if you just replace it with an A sound, you could potentially, you're probably not going to confuse people just from context, but it's not going to exactly have the most natural sound for them. So just be careful. It's not cane. Can, I can go, I can go, I can go. So let's just do a couple positives again. I can go, I can sleep, I can leave, I can do it, I can try. Can, versus the negative. Can't. You can probably hear a difference, right, between can and can't. It's like I can't go, I can't sleep, I can't do it, I can't leave, I can't try. Can't. Okay. So that's just one quick tip that I hope is really helpful for you when you're trying to say can and can't. Okay. It's just the difference in sound when they're reduced. So again, can versus can't. Can't. Try it out. Let me know how it goes. If we need to revisit this again in the future, be sure to let me know. But repeat after me. Watch this as many times as you need it to practice with the sounds. Once more, guys, my name is Jeff. It rhymes with breath. You've been watching Wake Up American. We're here Monday through Friday right around this time. Because look, maybe over the weekend you didn't get to use as much English as you wanted. Maybe you broke out of your routines from the work week. It's time to get back in the grind. So maybe we're feeling a little slow today. That's okay. We're here to get you back in it. That's our goal. We'll see you tomorrow morning right around 8 a.m. New York. We appreciate you being here. There's a million pronunciation resources out there. So the fact you spent some time with us is greatly, greatly appreciated. I'll see you all later. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good afternoon. We'll catch you guys later.